it never ceases to amaze me what people will do to other people and also do to themselves. And it just amazes me. I'm almost done.
1184.
I've been with the Anchorage Police Department for 6 years. For most of that time, I've worked downtown in Fairview. You know, on the weekends, 4th and 5th Avenue, a lot of activity there. We respond to a lot of calls there, probably from Cordova all the way over to Carluck and 15th on the south and 5th Avenue on the north. In that whole area, there's just a lot of homeless, 1015, that's our 10 codes, intoxicated people. There's several liquor stores nearby, several budget or low price motels, hotels. Everything I responded to tonight was alcohol was a factor in. Went to a couple disturbances, domestic violence, assault. One of the parties involved that was arrested, and even the victim, both attributed alcohol to being a major factor in what happened this evening. There was a gentleman that a passerby came upon that appeared to have been assaulted. He was laying down in an alley. We went and made contact with him, and he either was assaulted or had fallen on his own, but he had some pretty serious injuries on his face, and he was heavily intoxicated as well. He ended up being transported to the hospital by medics, and he had been laying outside for quite some time, possibly even becoming hypothermic as he was shaking. I would say, you know, without putting, I don't know an exact percentage, at a minimum, 75% of the stuff I respond to, alcohol is involved, but it's probably more realistic of probably 90%.
25 Alpha, medics are right behind me.
You know, I think that's just the nature of the beast, especially working at night, and I've pretty much worked weekends my whole career also, so.
Got 1127 male calling on 911, talking about 4 men coming up to him and his girlfriend and pulling guns on him. Quit talking to us and then hung up the phone. He's calling back.
I've always been a real people watcher, if you will. For instance, there's a guy standing right there on the corner, and it's 4:20 in the morning, and it just makes me wonder what's his deal, you know? What kind of decisions did he make in life that kind of led him down this path, or what kind of upbringing, what kind of unfortunate set of events that happened in his life to get him to where he is now. And, you know, where I work in Fairview and downtown, it just, there's these people, and, you know, they're almost kind of like zombies. I mean, all hours of the night, they're just wandering around aimlessly, sleeping face down on the sidewalk, and just... Obviously, it's not a lifestyle I would choose, and it's probably not a lifestyle they would choose either if it was simple enough to just choose. But every single one of these people at one point was, you know, sweet little baby in a swaddling blanket, you know, people gushing over. Or, for instance, that guy we took to the hospital tonight that, you know, ran from us, and that guy at one point was in kindergarten with his cute little backpack on and sitting in class all playing with his buddies in recess. And
where's the blood on the outside? Well, there's some blood.
there's a little bit of blood here on the floor. Marilyn, if you don't want us to kick the door, all we need you to do is open the door and talk to us.
I'm okay.
Okay, but we need to check on the kids. Okay?
My kids are fine.
But I have to visually put my eyes on them. You don't save everybody, and but you know, there's definitely satisfaction from putting some really, really, really bad people away sometimes that have done some really bad things to other people. So I enjoy that. 1182. So you'd be driving down 4th Avenue on a Saturday night, and there's just hundreds and hundreds, if not 1,000 people just intoxicated, yelling, screaming, some having a good time, people bashing each other's heads in, stomping, shootings, and then literally hours later, as the sun's coming up, there's the city employee out there watering the hanging baskets, and the tourists are starting to pour out of the Hilton, getting on Greyhound buses that are headed for Denali, and it's just this, it's a completely different world. It's all of a sudden beautiful and serene, and there's a lot of people, they live in a bubble. They don't really see all this stuff that goes on, and they don't see what people do to each other. And I think that bubble's good. People should be allowed to live in that bubble. Not everybody needs to be exposed to this bad stuff in society. And it's my job to help maintain that bubble. I'll go out and deal with it so they don't have to. So
13A, one more tag. It's all dark and quiet.
10:32.